What is good? What is good? What is good? Welcome to Stream Week, day 4. Everybody out there watching. Oops. I got to turn this off because, I actually had a live stream playing in the background right there. But I want y'all to know that I'm fully appreciative of you being on the live stream right now. And welcome to Stream Week, day 4, where the topic is why financial literacy is not enough. So they say if you know better, you'll do better. But if all information online right now is free, why isn't the oh my god, let me start that over. Oh man, I got 2 viewers on YouTube. My bad for cornballing it up. But they say if you know better, you'll do better. So why is it that with all this financial literacy being pushed online and everybody at least knowing something about what investing is, people think that no matter what situation you in, you can always pull yourself up? Why is it that financial literacy has been proven time and time again not to be enough? Well, I got a chance to watch my dad move us from the south side in the city of Chicago, build his business and move us to a nicer white picketed fence suburb. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what I saw him do, what I saw the people in the city not do that came from those type of environments, and why financial literacy is not enough. If you like this type of content about growth personally and professionally in the areas of faith, family, fitness, and finances, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and check out more of my content because all I do is talk personal, professional growth for individuals looking to leave a legacy for their families and for those they care about. But the first thing I want to get into, y'all, is exactly why financial literacy is not enough before I get into what you actually should be focusing your energy, your effort, and your time into to get the returns that you're looking for. Because we first have to talk about how you can't budget a broke mindset. We know a ton of people, and I want you to put yourself in their shoes. Imagine you're somebody growing up in the inner city, poor, lower income neighborhoods, and you own Section 8. You live in your day knowing that you got a place to stay, and in order to get the food that you need, you use your food stamps. You go into the store, you buying food for the kids, hoping that the amount that you get every month is enough, and you're just making sure that all your basic needs are met. And you're so worried about making too much money at work because you know that if you make too much money, they might actually take away the benefits that you get that allow you to be so comfortable right now. What do you think that person optimizes for in their life? Do you think they optimize for growth of their financial resources? Or do you think they optimize for keeping the benefits that they get by not having as much money and needing that assistance? There's a lot of people who don't understand that there are income requirements to actually get certain benefits, like public health insurance, like Section 8 housing, like food stamps, SNAP, whatever you want to call it. And if you know that you have to make below this amount of money to keep those benefits and live so comfortably, why would you make more? To some of you guys, you're thinking, oh yeah, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense because if you want to do great, if you want to leave a legacy for your family, you have to do more than make X amount a year, which I believe the income requirement, I think you have to make less than 15,000 a year or 20,000 a year, something like that, and then it goes higher if you got kids. But either way, you think that it doesn't make sense. But the broken poverty mindset that a lot of people can be stuck with who grow up in these environments is that when you get something handed to you for free, it's better to keep that and not have to struggle by having to work a job or two just to make the rent when you can get the rent taken care of just by staying below this amount of money. That's only part of the broke mindset. Now imagine this. Imagine you spend your entire life in poverty and somebody that you know finally brings you an opportunity, but you don't realize the risks that come along with this opportunity. These people are about to drag you into an operation that is extremely illegal. whether it's scamming, drugs, or whatever other opportunities out there, you start to realize how quickly you can make money on your own. Finally, instead of living in poverty, you can live in abundance. You can live and buy the shoes that you want, the clothes that you want, the food that you want. You can make sure your mama don't have to struggle. So you're telling her you got a job and you got all this money, but the reality is you getting it from nefarious means. Do you think that's the type of mindset? Do you think that's the type of environment when you struggling just to survive and you get roped into a situation? Do you think that's the type of mindset, the type of environment, the type of person that's going to choose to go ahead and move away from what initially helped them get on their feet and not struggle, suffer for food and housing or whatever it is that they were struggling with? Doesn't make sense. That, unfortunately, is an aspect of the broke mindset. If we're talking about being financially free in a traditional sense, we're talking about doing it in a legit way, through a business or through investments, not worrying about the IRS or the cops on your back. We talking about doing things the legit way and making sure we set our families up so that they don't have to suffer from the consequences of the actions that we made when they get passed down the money or the wealth or whatever we pass on to them. What I'm talking about is a mindset that gets perpetuated throughout communities where you're struggling just to survive. So whether you choose to do things like hide money from the IRS because you get paid in cash, or whether you choose to make a certain amount of money just so that you can keep the benefits that you're getting for free. Those are all things that are going to limit you. Even if you know financial literacy is amazing, they're going to limit you. Because now, what if all of a sudden I done built an investment portfolio with all his money, but it turns out all his money was illegal money that didn't come in through the right way? Now I'm at risk to be taken away. And like we talked about yesterday on day 3 stream, when you get taken away from your family, if you got a wife and the kids and you doing all this to take care of them, and then when your kid 8 years old and you got another newborn on the way, you get taken away for financial fraud or illegal activities, because now the way you got the money, the way you started investing, the way you took the money to try to make it legit, put you in a situation where now the most important business that you have, your family, isn't being invested into properly. So a broke mindset stops you from taking the action required for financial literacy to work in your life. And unfortunately, a lot of people who grew up in privilege don't understand that. I grew up pretty privileged compared to my parents. And my parents grew up pretty privileged compared to their parents. But a lot of times people move around the world and they're not exposed to environments where people are actually struggling and actually just every single day looking to survive and go ahead out and enjoy themselves. That's all they're doing. They're not looking to thrive from an abundant standpoint when it comes to leaving a legacy. It sounds good to you and it sounds good from the outside, but you can't help nobody that don't want to be helped. So financial literacy is not enough to change people that are thinking in those type of ways, thinking that instead of getting money a legit way, because the first way I was introduced to was non-legit and it made me more money, I'm gonna just stay over here. You can't help those people until they realize that maybe in order to make sure I'm here for my family and make sure I can leave a legacy that's not gonna bite my family in the butt and take me away from them, maybe I should do this the legit way. But financial literacy ain't gonna help somebody like that. That's a mindset issue. That's a how do you value, how do you think? How do you critically think through situations and think about the future? That's an issue in regards to that. So I just wanted to make sure I made that real clear, because that's the first thing and first reason why financial literacy isn't enough, especially not to help the hood in these in low income environments. People strive up out of poverty if they not ready and they still thinking in those broke mindset ways. Can't get abundance when you still stuck on the broke level of thinking. But secondly, let's get into the second thing we have to understand when it comes to why financial literacy is not enough, and that is legit first and literacy second. I talked about going legit, but There's an order that you do things when you go legit. We talked about how a lot of people are going from making little amounts of money to trying to make it out their situation, but then they get at risk of losing their benefits, whether that's food stamps, whether that's Section 8 housing, whether that's Medicaid insurance. All of these are very beneficial to have because you don't have to pay as much money to just live and have proper health care. But if you make too much money, you lose all those benefits. So then you go from feeling like you are surviving and doing pretty well to unfortunately struggling just to pay for those basic expenses that you got easily at first. But first, you have to go legit. You have to take care of your basic needs first. I don't care how you have to do it. Maybe you got to get a trade job. We're not talking about literacy yet. So many people are trying to put the cart before the horse. You can't drive that way. You can't get nowhere that way. The cart should not go before the horse. It should go after. And what should go first is the horse. What should go first is the horse. And financial literacy is not first. It's taking care of your basic needs, making sure you can eat, you can live, you can have the health care you need when you get sick. All of these things need to be taken care of first. So first, a lot of people tell you to go out here and start a business and you don't even know anything about starting a business, but you got to meet your basic needs. So how about we stop talking about starting a business and talking about getting you a job? For some people, it's just getting one high-paying job. But for other people, let's be real. Some of y'all gonna have to work too. You're gonna have to. And if you think that I'm crazy, go look at different people's stories of how they actually got the money to invest in their business. How they actually got the money to invest in real estate, invest in stocks, invest in crypto, invest in whatever they invested in. First, you go legit, and then you move towards literacy. The legit side of things is making sure you have enough money to meet those basic needs that everybody got to meet. And sometimes you're not going to have enough money to invest yet when you start meeting those needs. And that's okay. But first, you have to start meeting those basic needs. You need to get comfortable knowing that, hey, I can provide this for myself. And I need to make that the new norm instead of what some people think the norm is their entire life hiding money from the government, doing certain things to make sure they keep Section 8 and are able to live certain lifestyles and keep certain public benefits. That's the real about how you can be in a certain situation and financial literacy won't help you. Because if you ain't even allowing yourself to make a certain amount of money because you're worried about losing this, then how you gonna get the abundance and opportunity that's over there and you trying to get this, but you worried about this? You pulling your mind in two different directions. So first, go legit. Make sure you get the job to take care of your basic needs. And on top of that, for sure, try to make enough money to be able to save something. Because you need savings. The only thing guaranteed in life, let me tell you this. The only thing guaranteed in life is that something is going to go wrong. Ain't nothing perfect in this world. If you don't found it, let me know. Let me know. Because I've been looking for it. But I ain't found it yet. And I don't believe I'll ever find it because nothing is perfect. But make sure that you are saving, because going legit means making enough money to take care of your basic needs. But that second level, the literacy, now we got to have just even a little bit of money extra to save and invest. That's when literacy becomes important. But now that we understand that, going legit, how important it is, and understanding how to break those cycles that are hindered by the broke mindset, and then how literacy can actually begin to help you, is once you first meet those basic needs and then focus on getting more to save and invest. Then lastly, you got one more arena, and that's investing your habits rather than stocks. So we talked about the broke mindset, right? We talked about the ways of thinking that detriment your growth and your ability to leave a legacy for your family. But did we talk about the habits? Because everybody is working out of something, right? Some people are working from poverty to go get more money. Some people are working from toxic relationships in the family to being able to go and build a family that is strong and has a tight loving bond. But we have to understand that there are habits within all of that that we need to invest in, that if we don't, they will detriment our ability to even continue to act on those financial literacy habits, the businesses, the investing, the stocks, the crypto, the real estate. We have to be able to invest in the habits that allow us to keep doing that stuff. And one habit in particular is something that I learned from actually watching somebody I really cared about end up in a hospital. Imagine living your life, enjoying everything about what the world had to offer you. You finally get you a wife, get you some kids, get you a stable job working with people that you care about, your family. And everything's going well. You're providing, you're bringing money home, you're making sure everybody's taken care of, and you introducing your kids to the other cousins and family, and everything is beautiful. You're so happy that you have the money, you have the time, you have the resources to make sure everybody in your circle is taken care of. But then all of a sudden, you get taken to the hospital. You find out at the hospital that you're starting to struggle with extreme heart problems. And on top of that, you just got diagnosed with diabetes and you need to start doing dialysis because your kidneys are also not working. All of that in an instant can stop you from being able to use the financial literacy knowledge that you have because you didn't invest in your habits. Invest in your health. I'm talking about your health, but I'm also talking about other habits. But first, your health. If you don't got a sound mind and a sound body, a sound temple, what's the money for? I don't want $1 billion and be stuck in a wheelchair on oxygen and I can't do nothing. That's real. I don't want $1 billion and to be 99 years old about to die on my deathbed. That's real. And once you get out of the broke mindset and you finally go legit and you finally start implementing these financial literacy habits, the only thing that can stop you now is not being consistent. And the way you prevent yourself from not being consistent is investing in your health, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because mentally, procrastination is crazy. Because a lot of people out here know what to do and they just ain't doing it. It's the comfortable folk. It's the people that grew up in the suburbs, so they think that they destined to have money their entire life because their parents had money. It's the people who been fit their entire life and they had a fast metabolism, so they never went in the gym and worked out so that they make sure that they actually was able to continue building the life that they wanted to live instead of perishing and getting sick and ultimately not being able to act on the things they know they should be acting on. It's the spiritual health that you forget about when everything is going well and everybody around you is supporting you. But when you go through the tough times and you need something bigger on you to cling, bigger than you, when you're going through the tough times and you need something bigger than you to cling on to, but you haven't prioritized your spiritual health, your faith, your discipline, and your love for God. These are the things that you should be investing in before you even think about these stocks. I could have brought this point up earlier, but I wanted to make sure that if I brought this up, the point was made. Because you understand the mindset. You understand going legit first and then financial literacy. But if we don't along the way prioritize these habits that give us the longevity to keep doing this, then we may never get there. The average business owner makes $50,000 a year. And the average business doesn't last longer than 5. So let's say on the best case scenario, you build a business that takes you 5 years to become profitable. That means that you have to be healthy, be able to be consistent, and have the health and the ability to be consistent in that business for 5 years. Right now, you taking care of your body and you think your body's going to be ready for the wear and tear mentally, spiritually, emotionally that you're going to go through to build that business, the investment, to sacrifice all these different things you have to do. Are you ready for that? Are you? If you're not, I really do suggest that you go ahead and you take a look at what you're investing in, because investing is a foundational habit. And investing is actually what I'm going to be talking about on day 5 of Stream Week, which will be happening tomorrow. But that is what I mean when I say financial literacy is not enough to help people that want to build a legacy, that come from backgrounds who are struggling to just overcome some of the foundational pieces first. If you're someone who values growth in the area of finances, faith, fitness, and personal and professional development as well, DM me on Instagram at It's Kuye, and I'll help you join a community of people where we meet with guest speakers, executives, entrepreneurs, investors who can pour into you. And while you're building and going through these different steps, you have the support of me, but also my network that I'll connect you with. But not everybody can join this network. It is not for everybody. So you have to answer a couple questions. I think it's 4 questions or so to even be able to join this network. But I want to make sure I keep high quality people involved with not only me, but anybody I'm willing to connect you with to help you build a legacy for your family, help you build what you want for your children and children's children and children's children's children. So if you like the video, subscribe, comment. What does financial literacy mean to you? Answer that question in the comments below. And I think I got 2 people watching right now. That's a blessing. That's a blessing for sure. I definitely wanna actually I should have moved that down a little bit while I was talking, because I'm sure that maybe part of my face is blocked out a little bit, but it's all good. I know I can edit that out. But I'm really glad that, let me see something real quick. I'm gonna actually move this closer to my face. I'm really glad that I was able to talk about this today, because this is something real dear on my heart. I would love to say financial literacy is the answer to help everybody, but it's just not. It's part of the answer. If something seems too good to be true and too simple, then it probably is. So don't let somebody fool you into thinking that financial literacy is the reason why people that come from poor environments can't achieve because they don't know nothing. Yeah, that's part of it. But there's a lot more that needs to be worked on before we even get to financial literacy for a lot of people. The mindset, the going legit first, doing the things to take care of business first before we start talking about investing in real estate, businesses, and all this stuff. We gotta take care of our basic needs first. But thanks for watching this stream. I appreciate everybody for hopping in. I say I got two viewers on YouTube. God bless you. I hope to talk to you guys soon, and stay tuned for my content, because tomorrow I'm gonna be talking about another concept. It'll be day 5 of Stream Week, and it's gonna be amazing. I hope you guys are back for that day. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.